In the home, there must be a balance. Learn to manage your children while giving enough time to your spouses. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be looking at a very interesting topic. So stick around right here on Labor with Leo.
Soul in the early morning. Wake up again, it's a new day. Wake up the soul, it's time to fly. Float on the winds and kiss the sky. The birds and flowers were made for you and me. I must be all I can be.
Indeed, it is a beautiful day today, ladies and gentlemen. The weather outside, it is raining. It is raining, ladies and gentlemen. Rain is pouring from the sky. Water, but according to the old people, bucket a drop, ladies and gentlemen. But it's indeed a beautiful day nonetheless. We got air in our lungs. The Lord woke us up to see this beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to give thanks and praise to Almighty God. He is the one and true King, and He is indeed our alarm clocks. He decided, hey, Leon, you need to get up this morning. You got some work to do. All right, so this morning we're going to be sharing this wonderful program with a beautiful guest at the appointed time. We're going to be introducing her, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be dealing with good parents but bad spouses. We want to talk a little bit about the balance in marriage and in the home, ladies and gentlemen. That is important because sometimes things can be thrown off balance so bad that it affects the other side of things. All right, so we're going to be talking about that in just a little while, but before we do so, we're going to be jumping on the chat because we got some hail outs to do. You know, when our people jump on the chat, we hail you out. You jump on and we hail out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going on because Leslie Langine is up in the place. Uncle Wayne, he is present as usual. What a wonderful student, very disciplined student, Uncle Wayne. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcia Maya, she's always here. Shirley Alcantara, she is here once again, ladies and gentlemen. Maud Bax Chase, she is in the chat. Sherman Boys, good morning to you, moms. How you doing? Ellsworth Richards, we got Jack De Lutchman, we got Lindian Roberts, Glenda Allen, we got Denison McIntyre, always showing his true colors. Ellsworth Richards, Susan Top Rankin, Rosemary Rampersad Lazema, Suzette Neptune Fortune. We got Bright You Jeremiah. Good morning to you, Freddie, my man. What's happening? Oh boy, Sherm Straker, Auntie Sherms, how you doing this morning? Hope you had a good and peaceful night rest. Yep, Connie Langine is always there. Joy Gishad on the chat once again. Yutzi Lynch. We got who else we got here? Gail Archibald. She is there. What a beautiful student. Siobhan Clark all the way from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Stephanie Christopher, Anne-Marie Byron. Ladies and gentlemen, Davika Van Leeuwen. Thank you so much. When we jump on YouTube, we got people like Andrea Frederick, Beulah Tate, Elizabeth Robert Stewart. We got Janae De Silva, Agnes John, Lisa Shallow, Yuancy Lynch. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a few names we want to hail out to you this morning. You know we can't start the program without hailing out a few of our people. You are our people. You represent Labor. That's what we're talking about. The best family, ladies and gentlemen. No place better to be first thing in the morning than on Labor, where you get your morning cup of motivation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be singing some songs this morning. Join me in singing some songs as we warm things up and as we, lift spirits higher. And as we try to motivate lives and encourage people to live better lives in the world today, in this negative and sick world, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do well in this sick world, all right? Let's go. Lift Jesus higher. Come on. Higher and higher, higher, higher. Lift him up for the world to see. Hey, he said, if I, come on, be lifted up from the earth, I will draw men unto me. Hey, lift Jesus higher, 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 and higher, higher, higher. Lift him up for the world to see. He said, if I, come on, be lifted up from the earth. I will draw men unto me. And I must thank you, Lord, thank you. I must thank you, Lord. Well, I must thank you all the days of my life. I must thank you, Lord, thank you. I must thank you, well, I must thank you all the days of my life. To Canaan's land, I'm on my way where the soul will never dies. My darkest night will turn to day where the soul of man never dies. Well, no come on, no farewells, no tear dim dies, where all is love and the soul of man never die. I'm in the way, the bright and shining way. I'm in the glory land way, telling the world that Jesus saves today. Well, I'm in the glory land way, and oh, I'm in the glory land way. Come on, oh, I'm in the glory land way, singing heaven is nearer and the way groweth clearer, for I'm in the glory land way. Amen. Amen, amen. Yeah, let's get some more. I'll sing this song. You make sure and sing your part, all right? And let's have a great time with this one. Heaven is on the other side. Come on. Heaven is on the other side. Heaven is on the other side. Oh, heaven is on the other side. And I will make it. I will make it. Heaven's on the other side. Come on. Heaven is on the other side. Heaven is on the other side. Heaven is on the other side. Oh, heaven is on the other. Don't you know I will make it? I will make it. Heaven's on. If you're gonna make it to the other side, sing with me this morning. Heaven is on the other side. Heaven is on over on the other side. Heaven is on the other side. Sing. Heaven is on the other. Don't you know that I will make it? I will make it. Heaven's on the other. Oh, don't you know that I will make it? I will make it. Heaven's on the other. Well, don't you know that I will make it? I will make it. Heaven's on the other side. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about. Feel the vibes and enjoy the music this morning, all right? Don't be afraid to share the video. Don't be afraid to invite people to jump on the show so that we can have a great time and you can spread the positivity to the world, ladies and gentlemen. You be a part of it as well. Let's go. God has, come on, smiled on me. I know He has set me free. Keep singing, God has smiled on me, and He's been good to me. I know the dark clouds, it has rolled away. Sunshine now on me. Come on, the dark clouds roll away. Dark clouds, it rolled away. And sunshine now on me. Amazing grace, How sweet the sound, come on, that saved a wretch like me. You know I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Singing God has, come on, smiled on me. I know He has set me free. Keep singing, God has, yeah, smiled on me. Oh, He's been good to me. I know He's been good to me. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. If you believe God has been good to you, put some hearts in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Get those hearts in the chat if you believe God has been good to you this morning. Yeah, I don't know what you've been through earlier in the week or last week or the week before that, but I know God would have pulled you through some stuff. He would have helped you through some health issues and some financial issues and some marital issues, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, some neighbor issues. Ladies and gentlemen, I know God continues to pull us through all of those things. Put some hearts in the chat if you know God has been good to you. You would know if God has been good to you. I know He is. Ladies and gentlemen, put those hearts in the chat. God has been so good. Listen to this one. God is so good through all of my troubles. God is so good. He helped me every step of the way. God is so good. Yeah, He's so good to me. We'll sing, God is so good. Oh, God is so good. Come on. Oh, God, He is so good. And He's so good to me. Listen to this. When I'm feeling down, God is so good. When I'm all stressed out, He is so good. Oh, God, He is so good. And He's so good to me. When my battle's great, God is so good. I got so much on my plate. God is so good. Come on. Oh, God, He is so good. And He is so good to me. I know He is so good to me. Indeed, God is good. He's great. He's awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I know you can sit and look back in life and see how much He has been good to you. Somebody say, yeah! Let me hear you. Yeah, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid to say it. You're in your own house. Yeah, you're not in the streets. You're in your own house. Don't be afraid to shout and say, come on. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure you're probably laughing right now. I mean, come on. You're in your own place. Don't be afraid to shout and say, yeah, and wake up everybody in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, wake up everybody in the house with a, come on. Yeah, let's go. We are together again. Come on, just praising the Lord. Yeah, we are together again. Agnes John, that's what I'm talking about. One accord. Sing, something good is going to happen. Something good is in store. We are together again. Come on, guys, just praising the Lord one more time. Oh, we are together again now. Just praising the Lord, yeah. We are together again, in one accord. And something good is going to happen. Something good is in store. We are together again, just praising the Lord. That's exactly what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We are together again. You know, we love joining as a family. You know, I just can't wait for the time when we can see each other, like physically, like, you know, touch each other, like, hey, what's happening? You know, after all this has, you know, is over with, I can't wait to just have this, a whole big seminar, you know, where we can all come together and have a wonderful time. That would be a grand time, you know. That would be a burst of a time. But don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry, just be safe out there, all right? It's coming. Let's go. Lord, make me a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. Lord, make me a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. Lord, make me a hard fighting soldier. Sing on the battlefield and keep on bringing souls to Jesus by the service that I gave. Make me a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. Lord, make me a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. Lord, make me a hard fighting soldier. Sing on the battlefield and keep on bringing souls to Jesus by the service that I gave. Sing, I've got to walk right and talk right and sing right. Oh, on the battlefield. Well, I've got to walk right and talk right and sing right. Well, on the battlefield. Well, I've got to walk right, talk right and sing right. Pray on the battlefield and keep on bringing, come on, souls to Jesus by the sword. Get your whole armor, come on. Well, I've got a helmet on my head and in my hands a sword and shield. I've got a helmet on my head and in my hands a sword and shield. Well, I've got a helmet on my head and in my hands a sword and shield. Keep on bringing souls to Jesus by the service that I gave. Lord, make me a hard fighting soul. Come on, sing it now. On the battlefield, yeah, make me a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield. Lord, make me a hard fighting soldier on the battlefield and keep on bringing souls to Jesus. Keep on bringing souls to, got to keep on bringing souls to Jesus by the service that I gave. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about. All right. Hope you're enjoying the music this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be singing one more song. Let's sing one more song and then we'll move on to the rest of the session this morning. There is a name I love to hear, I love to sing its word. Oh, it sounds like music in my ear, the sweetest name on earth. And don't you know, oh, how I love Jesus? Don't you know, oh, how I love Jesus? Sing, oh, how I love Jesus, because he first loved me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'll tell you something this morning. I mean, even though, you know, let's just continue to keep Sydney in prayer. I mean, nothing bad happened, but, you know, let's pray that, you know, he get things up and running. His transmission is down. And so, you know, I'm taking charge of this for the week. All right, let's just pray that he gets up and running so that he can be here doing his thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like feeling as Leo and Sydney at the same time, you know, I just, you know, but let's pray that he gets up and running and that, you know, know, he would be here at least next week, Lord willing, or very soon. All right, guys. So in the meantime, you know, sit back, relax. Hey, just want to big up my man Jerry Colado, all the way from the Philippines. You know how we do, Jerry. You're locked on every evening, your time, of course, every evening watching the show. You know, yourself and your family. Big up to you, Jerry. God's blessings upon you. All right. Well, guys, we're going to be getting into what we have planned for you this morning. Good parents, but bad, naughty spouses. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try to live a balanced life, and we're going to be bringing a special guest to you this morning. She is none other than a beautiful woman. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, leave the woman alone. For you guys, I know we have more women than guys out here, but leave the woman alone. We have some really beautiful people coming on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Leave the people alone, all right? Yeah. Let's just pay attention to what they have to say, and we'll have a great time implementing it in our lives. I know it's going to be fun this morning, all right? It's a really beautiful lady. Her name is none other than Marsha Flamand. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome at this time, Marsha Flamand. She will be joining us as a guest, dealing with such a beautiful topic this morning. Marsha, how you doing? How you doing this morning, my girl?
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to have you on the show. And tell me something. You're supposed to be suffering from a little bit of a jet lag now, isn't it?
Right. Time difference for Jamaica. We just came in yesterday for a couple of days of R&R.
Look at that. Look at that. And you still decided you're going to come on here and do this thing. And you still decide you're going to come on here and do this thing. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, look, this is commitment to labor, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So, Marsha, I know it's your first time here on Labor. Just could you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Okay. So, I used to be a nanny for almost 15 years. And then I used to do placements of nannies for families. So, what I would normally go in, assess the situation of what the family needs, and then provide such.
Wow.
Of late, I've been working with Authentic Marriages with Kara and Jared Kido. I handle the children department, the kids department, however you want to put it. So for more information of everything that we do, you can always clock into authenticmarriages.com, and we will be able to give you things like handouts and stuff. So today I wanted to come and talk about good parenting, bad spouses.
Yes.
And
yes.
the reason for that is a lot of us, I want you to just kind of picture first, two houses on one block.
Right.
The first house have a family, father looking tired, mother looking tired, children running all over the place. The house is a mess and nothing is getting done and nothing is getting completed. And then there's a second house on the block where children literally go to bed at 8 o'clock in their beds all night for at least 12 to 14 hours. And the parents are sitting down, enjoying each other's company, whether they're in the bedroom, whether they're in the kitchen, whether they're in their backyard, just chilling out. The question is, whose house do you live in?
Wow.
Whose house do you want to live in? So I'm going to keep it very simple since we have a limited amount of time. So I'm going to compress everything. But there are 4 things you need to know. Sleep, boundaries, stop, and no.
Okay.
Those 4 things: sleep, boundaries, stop, and no. First of all, the people in House B, which is the happy family, children asleep, parents being able to spend time with each other, it just didn't happen. It was a lot of work. So normally what we would do is we'll do sleep training for 7 days. So the bedroom, the master bedroom in your house, which contains your mother and your father, the husband and the wife.
Yeah.
There shall be no children between there. The bedroom belonging to parents need to stay the bedroom for parents.
Hold on, you say for 7 days, eh?
for 7 days.
Right, right.
Okay. Now, in order for this to happen, both parents need to sit down and have a parent meeting.
Right, right.
The parent meeting are going to discuss the following. What is the bedtime? How is the bedtime routine? What is it going to consist of? And who's going to take the shift?
Right.
What do I mean by who's going to take the shift? Obviously, mom and dad most of the time work.
Yeah.
So everybody can't stay up for that 7 days.
Right.
So one night is mom's night, next night is dad's night, and so you keep going for the full 7 days. Success is when the children don't come out of the room at all.
Right.
A lot of people ask, that sounds like ridiculous because my children, they keep coming out of the room and, they keep running into our beds and I can't get them out of the bed every time I look for them. Guess what? The person who started those bad habits are who?
The parents?
The parents. So if the parents start the bad habits, guess who can teach the good habits?
We have to cut it out. That's right.
Yes. You have to cut it out. If a husband and wife want their relationship back, they need to put the work in. A lot of the times, if you look at Sunday morning for church, do you realize how the parents look very tired and haggard?
Yeah.
You know why that is? Because chaos reigns.
Yeah.
The excuse is, well, there's little children, right? But when you think about it, we allow our children to get away with a lot of stuff because we ourselves are tired.
Right.
And stressed. We have a lot going on. So let's roll it back to basics. Mom and dad need to have this meeting. The meeting will consist of the following. Decision on electronics.
Yes.
That's supposed to be shut down before dinner. And I mean completely. A lot of the time we now have the habit of having our electronics babysit our children.
True.
We're in the car, we hand them the phone.
True.
We're at church, we hand them the phone.
Very true.
When they're at home and we're trying to get things done, we hand them the laptop. When you think about the amount of time you spend with your children during the day face-to-face versus the amount of time they spend face-to-face with the screen, who wins?
The child.
The screen.
That's right. That's true.
Your electronic devices spend more time with your children than you do. Even though you're around cleaning the kitchen and doing the laundry and all that, they spend more quality time with your children than you. So here's the plan. Parents need to get a routine done. It means that if dinner's going to be so we're in the Caribbean. What time is normally dinner in the Caribbean?
Probably around, 7?
Okay. If 7 o'clock is dinner time, then by 6 o'clock, kids need to be washed up, ready to eat, and then we'll have our routine. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I know people work and all that kind of stuff, but the idea about it is it's the rule of the house. We having dinner at 7, kids in bed by 8. That sounds like not realistic, does it?
So you're saying the reason for chaos is because there is no routine in place.
There's no boundaries and there's no routines.
No, you're making a lot of sense because I can identify with some of those things. Sometimes when you're tired, like when you're feeling tired, hey, guys, you just go and do your stuff and let me take a little 5, let me take a little rest. Let me rest my head. Let me just sit down for a little while. You just want them to just go in a different room. Yeah, go in a different room, watch your TV, play with your toys when you're tired, But if you have a routine, you're saying that will be taken care of and you will get your time to rest. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Wow.
But not only that, think about it from this perspective.
Yeah.
If you wrap up children at an appointed time every single night, do you know you and your wife could literally take a nap together?
Wow. That seemed like something foreign, eh?
The idea about it is we were trained, our culture was trained that we will always devote all of our time to our children,
right,
and all of our energy. And what happens is we end up neglecting our spouses.
Right.
And then when they need us, We don't have anything to give.
That's right.
Then the men who always seem to get the bad rap, where they are stressed in taking care of the home. All right, Leon. They're always stressed. So even though they may not be emotional, they're stressed about how to pay the bills. They got to work. They got things to do, and they have to be validated with such.
Right.
And then when they need their wives, they can't be comforted or de-stressed, because the wives are so strung up on these children,
Right.
these bad children
Right.
that we created because of bad management. Okay.
No one to
So we
blame.
got that
No
part.
one to blame.
Right. Okay. So here's the strategy. We have the parent meeting. We've decided what time is bedtime. We've decided what is the rules, but we both got to stick it out.
Right.
So let's just say you and I were spouses. Just because you work late and you haven't seen the children all day, don't mean you go in there to play with them.
Right. Right.
The rules are the rules.
Okay, I guilty of that. Okay.
Mom, just because you wanted to, you've been out all day, you haven't seen the children and you got stuff to do, you don't go in and disrupt the children. The idea about it is just like the parents' bedroom, it's sanctified.
Right.
The kids' room supposed to be as well. Let me tell you what is not important. Laundry being done, not important. Spending time with the kids at night is. The dishes in the sink, we can get up early in the morning and clean and wash it. Spending time with your spouse is important.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying to neglect your house and have your house looking like a pig pen,
Yeah.
but both parties need to participate in both raising of the children and the home duties, because everybody works.
Yeah. True.
And once you get it done, during the day, the children can take part as well.
Right.
They can clean up their messes. So you see how everything goes in order.
Yes. I'm with you. And the thing is, this is such a very, very interesting topic, because I'm certain people who are watching now can identify with what you're talking about. All the time goes into the children. I do everything for my children. I make sure they get things to eat. Make sure they have clean clothes. I make sure that this, that they're taken care of. The toy room is clean. And everything just goes into the children. And by the time they finish, they're so tired that the lips can't even stretch to give the husband or the wife a little kiss. You understand what I'm saying? Most of the time that you say the husband, comes out on the bad side of things. But this is so true. This is so true, and people are trying to figure out how to reverse this thing. And I love your 7-day stuff. I think that is something to work on. That is something to try.
Yes. So here's the thing, though, and this is very important. You can't start tired.
Okay.
You cannot start tired. So Sunday is church normally, right?
Yeah.
We come home, we eat. You need to take a nap. Everybody. Kids, parents, and if you're not, the kids don't have to sleep, they can be reading, not necessarily electronics.
Right.
Or playing with Legos.
Right.
Or just good old fashioned playing.
Yeah.
And they understand that you're not to leave your room. Stop and no. The only 2 words you need to successful parenting is stop and no. Stop.
And no.
Means stop. It could save your child's life. When you tell your child stop, it's not stop on a 1 step forward. It's stop with
Right.
immediate effect.
Right.
When you say no, is no negotiation or whining. That is not tolerated. Those 2 words will do 2 things. It will start with your boundaries.
Right.
They will understand that when you say something, you mean something. So let's talk about boundaries for a minute. We're going to come back to sleep because it's all going to tie together.
Right.
The tips for setting boundaries is let your yes be yes and your no be no. Be very clear about what you expect. Children who could understand how to use the TV remote use the computers. They understand yes and no. We're the parents that give them the bad habit of negotiating.
Right.
Or mom might feel sorry and give in, or dad might feel sorry and give in. You don't negotiate boundaries. When your child whines or cries, that is a zero tolerance.
Right.
The bedroom is where, and I'm going to stop here, sidebar. You know, one of the things I asked you this morning before we came on was about licks.
Yeah.
And you said to me, and I quote, I got licks when I was young, and I believe it's necessary at times, and I believe so myself. But I want you to think about the times when you did give your children licks. Did you do it because you were angry? Did you do it to de-stress? Was it really disciplining, or you were just, getting off on it?
Right.
We need to be very careful of how we do things, because it can be interpreted as a negative effect on children. Yes. I'm not just talking about licks. I'm just talking about the way you handle it, the way you speak to them. They don't, you have to literally understand that they understand what you're saying.
Right.
And children will push all the buttons that they can.
Trust me. They will.
But guess what? See that room? A child having to be banished to the room with no toys and just sit there and think about their life would hate it. The second way of disciplining as well would be, guess what? Not speaking to them. To this day, my 19-year-old goes crazy if I don't answer. Like, act as though they're not there, because they're not listening. So when you're not listening, I'm absolutely not listening to you, but I'm better at it.
Right.
We need to enact consequences when boundaries are not followed. What are those consequences? What do your kid love the most?
Playing TV.
Electronic. Yep. No TV. Timeouts are a must. Taking away things that they like, even joining the family for dinner. Like, literally, you have to find ways, because every child is different.
Yeah.
You got to find different discipline skills. Beating everybody is not the answer. Right?
True.
You have a very clear routine, allows kids to know what to expect. When parents become disciplined for their own lives, it trickling down to the children would be easy.
Right.
You remember I said to you dinner is at 7?
Yeah.
Between 7 and 8. So 7, dinner. 7, let's say 7:15, 7:20, you finish eat. And then the rest of the time, you're spending worshiping with your child, singing with your child, talking about your day, talk about their day, and then sleep. Does that sound doable?
Yeah.
Does that sound complicated? You need to have a psychology degree to do that?
Nah.
If you do that 7 days and 7 nights, what will happen? You would see your spouse for 7 nights.
And you would want to see them for more.
Because you will be alone.
And you would want to see them for more.
Yes. Okay, Leon, I don't like the way you said that, but okay, I got the idea. But no, I'm serious. Once you get the kid department down pat, your love life changes for the better. Even worshiping with your wife changes for the better. Do you know how, you remember before you had children, how you had more time with your spouse?
Yeah.
And now these children came along and it just disappeared to thin air. And the truth is, we're the ones that caused that, because we want to spend more time with our children thinking it's quality time. But if you didn't do the quality time in the day, you cannot do it in the night.
True.
Here's a fact. A 1 to 3-year-old needs 12 to 14 hours of sleep. You remember your 3-year-old having 14 hours of sleep? A 3 to 6-year-old needs 10 to 12 hours of sleep.
Okay.
7 to 12 years old, 10 to 11 hours, and a 12 to 18-year-old, 8 to 9 hours. So guess what? They're not machines, but they should understand that even if you get up, you can play in your room.
Yeah.
So in my house, ever since my children were little, once my door is closed, do not come knocking.
I like that.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I like that.
Once that door is closed, it's not locked. It's not locked, because obviously it's not locked. But once it's closed, do not come knocking. Even if you hear us talking, don't come knocking. The idea about that was the bedroom is our haven. The same way the kids have the rest of the house, right?
Yeah.
Mommy don't need to jump out of the bed. There's certain preparations you can make for children who get up early. Let's just say we have a household, Cheerios in a container, right there on the dining room table. Cup of milk
Yeah.
in the refrigerator where they can reach.
Yeah.
See how simple that is?
Yeah.
What we do is we do everything for children. But the idea about it is, I have found a lot of people when they come to us, they're at the end of their rope.
True.
Fathers and mothers at war because we are not on the same page with the training of the children. Sunday mornings, I don't know if ever you had this experience or even saw it. Have you ever ridden by a mosque or a temple? Do you see children running all over the place in chaos? No, sir. Think of church on Sunday morning. Do we have our children running up and down, having to use the bathroom and screaming and playing and running
Like
around the building?
ants.
You know what that stems from? No discipline at home. Because when you use no and stop, when you're in church, that's an even more reverent place.
Right.
Wait to be. Do we expect children to sit down for 4 or 5 hours doing nothing? No. The same way we prepare our handbags and men prepare their wallets, these kids need to have backpacks with crayons, coloring books, things to write, things to read. And they can sit right there in the pew and do their stuff. So we're not trying for children not to be children. Children will play.
Yeah.
They need to know when we're in church, quietly. If you teach your children to pray at home, they're going to come to church and pray when it's prayer time. Yes?
I see somebody in the chat here as you're talking about don't come knocking. Some Galen say yes, don't come knocking unless there's blood or fire.
Yes, ma'am.
Unless
Yes,
there's
ma'am.
blood or fire, all ain't easy, all ain't not easy.
No, I'll tell you something. In our brain, we're thinking bringing the children into the room is going to create more family space and family time. What we need to do as parents is do it in their room.
Okay.
The only time that rules don't apply is when they're sick. I don't expect for a child with 102 fever to be alone in their room.
That's right.
I have no problem with them being in my bed.
That's
But
right.
after that, we're done. You see what I'm saying? You can love your children in their room. That's why there are other spaces around the house. You can do things with your children, camping. Unless you sat outside with your kids just watching the clouds go by and checking the shapes in the sky.
Hmm.
Because you don't have to have a lot of money to spend time with your kids, do
That's
you?
right. That's right.
When last you played in the rain with your child?
Hmm.
See, once you start doing little things back to basic connections, time to discipline wouldn't be that hard because the children will want to spend time with you. How many kids you know when their parents come home, they scatter?
Yes, that's true. That's true. Bust it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know there's no bond there for fun.
Yeah.
So they only know about discipline,
Ah.
right? Okay. And are you creating an environment that is sufficient for sleep? That is important too.
Right.
What we parents do, we argue loudly, very disrespectfully in front of children or even within their earshot,
Yeah.
right? We don't do that, especially at night when children are going to sleep. Think about it subconsciously. They have that fear, they're hearing their parents raise voices and they're going to sleep like that. That's not a safe environment for children to have a good night,
Right.
correct? Parents must be consistent. We are very inconsistent as adults and flighty. We do things on whims and we don't stick with the plan.
Right.
The idea behind this is simply we can't think of our family anymore while we're tired. We need to have a strategy in place. as parents, we need to come together once a week to talk about the children and the events, how we're going to handle things. Where there's homework, somebody's struggling in schoolwork, somebody's having emotional or mental situations going on, we need to discuss it as parents. We don't discuss it while it's happening.
Right.
Think about it. When last have you sat down and talked to your spouse about the children, and not as in a complaint, but what can we do to do better?
Right. Right.
Did we do that?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So for people who don't have children, I want to let you know that when you're thinking about getting married and having children, getting married is one thing of finding the right spouse. But one of the things you'll be surprised in finding the right spouse, you may get the wrong parent. We need to discuss before we get married our discipline of children, what we want for our children. So for example, an example of that would be, I grew up on licks. My husband grew up on licks. However, his licks was different. His was abuse. I mean, like abuse. We need to know that we don't have to do the same mistake of our parents and make a cognitive effort to do that. So right. Do I believe in licks? I'll tell you this. Before I came to the States to live, yes, definite advocate. But when you are taking care of other people's children, you can't be hitting them.
Right, yeah.
You learn strategies of how they do it in other cultures. You know everybody's household is different. I believe in play hard, discipline hard. You must balance it out, and you can't do it when you're mad. And that is very important. Are there any questions?
Someone mentioned, what if you have one bedroom?
Beautiful question.
Yeah.
You sleep outside.
Oh, wow.
Let's think about it from this perspective. If you have multiple children, let's say you have 2, what do you prefer? You have the run of your whole own house and the kids in the bedroom, or the other way around? You prefer to have the run of your house, right? Don't make poverty or a circumstance change how you discipline your children or spend time with your spouse.
Right.
Let's use your car as an example. A lot of people are very fearful of leaving their children with people, and I agree. You don't need to leave them. They could be sleeping in the house. You got a Nest Cam or a baby monitor. You and your spouse could be having wine in the car, having dinner in the car, sitting down out in the porch, like how the old people used to do it back in the day.
Right.
They used to be hanging out in the gallery.
Yeah.
Don't make that an excuse.
Yeah.
The idea is you want to be intimate with, intimate doesn't necessarily mean sex. You want to spend quality time with your spouse. Having little children don't mean you lose that.
Right.
But if you put things in place from the time that they're born, or even when you learn information like this, today is Thursday, correct?
Yep.
If you implement, not from today, because you all need to sleep first before you implement anything. Remember I said you have a parent meeting?
Yeah.
Of the things you want to achieve with your spouse in regards to disciplining of the children. Between now, this Friday and next Friday, I promise you by next weekend, you all will be happier for it. But you have to be consistent, and you cannot just count 7 days. If those kids end up in your bed within that 7 days, every time that happens, you start over.
Right.
And remember, children are not robots. You don't just say, you all are no longer coming in the bed. You let them know, listen, we have some rules around here that are changing. If you do A, B, or C, these are what you're going to get. If you don't do A, B, or C, there are consequences. And you stick with the consequences.
Right.
But I'm telling you now, the art of all of this is getting the children to sleep. Once you get the sleep part down pat, where there's napping and quiet time in the day, and a regular routine at night, and hear what? Not every kid will fall asleep 5 minutes
Right. Yeah.
when they go to bed.
True.
Some may need to read. Some may need to play YouTube, not YouTube, as in white noise. So I go to sleep at night with rain noise. It's on YouTube for 13 hours. I don't sleep for 13 hours, but at least I know, it's on. You got to put things in place for children to sleep, whether it's soft music. For dad, you can't be playing video games in one room and the kids hearing it in the next. That's
Yeah.
not fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
The idea of you putting things in place for your children is so you can spend time with your spouse. Do you need alone time? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But do it on your own time. Right?
Wow.
The idea about it is, the deal is, we get the children to sleep and our reward is each other. However you want to spend that time as adults is on you.
So do
Any
you think?
questions?
So do you think one of the reasons for a disrupted marriage is because parents are frustrated after dealing with their jobs, taking care of the chores in the house, taking care of the children, and not having time for each other as spouses? Do you believe that's one of the major or one of the reasons for a disrupted and a weak marriage?
Yes, absolutely. So let me tell you what happens. We let things go a lot.
Right.
Chaos starts a little and then ends up to be a whole big chasm.
Wow.
So let me give you an example of that. Sleep training is supposed to start from literally after when baby is born,
Right.
right? What we do is we have the baby sleep in the room or sleep in the bed, and then before you know it, it's part of the routine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you have this big 18-year-old man between you and your mother, you and your wife.
No, that's serious thing. That is serious
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, and think about it. When you have there's no way you can be intimate with your wife with your children sleep right there properly. And I'm not talking about stealing time. I'm
Yeah.
talking about spending time.
Yeah. True.
So the goal of this is not just getting sex.
Yeah.
The goal of this is literally spending time with your spouse. Whether not watching a movie, but you're talking and you're laughing.
Yeah.
You're watching, if you do have to watch a movie, but you really want to spend time with them because you forget even what their hands look like.
Yeah.
Unless your health, if it is your hands, your wife's hand was chopped off, could you find it in a whole bunch of hands? A lot of people don't even remember what their spouse's hands look like. Something as simple as a hand.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Masha. I'm telling you, I have two boys there, Masha. These fellas from out of this world. I remember enjoying the days, when I used to hold my wife's hand and hug my wife whenever I feel like. Masha, if any of those boys come and catch me holding my wife's hand, them come in and break up thing like if it's a 5-day party, no. No.
Whose wife first? Who's the wife? Whose wife is that? Whose wife is that?
I need to reclaim my
Your
property.
wife. Yes.
Well, not my property, but what is
No,
mine.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No, but let me tell you something. People think that's cute.
Yeah.
The same way people think it's cute. Oh, you know how some mothers go overboard with their sons?
Yeah.
Their children, even when they're adults?
Yeah.
That is not cute. You need to reclaim early that you need to let them know, and your wife need to let them know, this is my husband, this is my wife. When you guys are going off to college and living your lives, we're stuck with each other.
Yeah.
That is not cute. And now it sounds, oh, that's too sweet. No, it's not. I want to tell you all, when you make your children, you don't make your children for yourselves. You make your children as to be a citizen of this world. And once you understand that concept, you will realize you will deal with them differently. Something as simple as they understanding, this is my mom, and my father treats her like a treasure. We need to treat her like a treasure.
Right.
Right? Women need to understand. So you know how we have a way in Trinidad, we say, well, for me, my little man. There's no little man. That's a little boy. Yeah. You know, we do that.
Yeah.
So we keep calling them their head. No, they're not men, they're boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Until differently. So little things like that we do as a culture, or we think it's funny, or we think it's cute, ends up to backfire later on.
That's true. That is true.
So you need to let them know, this is my wife. So something as simple, I'll give you an example. I have a nephew. And obviously I only see him when I come to the country.
Yeah.
So there's certain things about children I don't find funny. I find highly offensive. If my sister talks to him and he answers off, I let him know very clearly, not in front of me. I don't care what you do when I'm not around, but that is my sister. She's your mother after, but my sister first. Same thing with my mother and my father. To this day, I can't answer my mother and father off. Because what was cute when somebody is little turns into a bigger problem later on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why we as parents need to sit down and have this conversation of how we're going to be disciplined on children. And you saying every parent think their children are off the charts or out of this world or cannot be disciplined or wild and rowdy. That is not true. That's how you made them.
Right.
The same way you made it happen, you could turn it back around.
Right.
Because guess what's going to happen? And you could testify to this because your wife is in the, out there with the public. When you don't fix these things at home, when they go out in the world, they are not known as, oh, that's Leon's son. No, sir. They can become a victim very easily. The world don't see them. If you don't handle them at home, when they go out there, it's a different kettle of fish. So I want to leave this with you. Your children are not the most important thing. Your spouses.
Wow. Wow. Hold on. Take your time with this one. Take your time with this one. Make it clear. Make it plain and make it clear.
The most important person after God is your spouse.
Wow. Wow. Make it clear just one more time. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
For those in the back who did not hear me the first time, after God is your spouse.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Because guess what? My background is funeral business, as most of you know. One of the things I have seen, the mistakes we have always made, is putting the children first. Thinking that when we get old, they're going to take care of us. No, sir. That's not how it works. I don't care how much you think you love your child. You cannot depend on anybody else but yourself first.
Right.
But if you don't invest in your relationship and your spouse, you will be alone for a very long time. Because children going to find other spouses. They're going to find their spouses, and then they're going to go off into the world and leave you alone at home.
No, Masha, I ain't taking that. No, Masha, I'm not taking that. No, when they find their spouses and they go out there, I go and live with them. No, I'm not taking that. No, Masha,
I will leave you with this.
Masha, I'm not taking that. No, I sit down there and I want the fridge close by. I want a big TV. I go in their house.
No. That's not how it works, because here what happens. One of the things, so here how it works, and this is another sidebar. In your world, everything you and your wife work for go to your children, correct?
Right, yeah.
Good. But guess what? When your children get spouses, half of what they have becomes the ownership of their spouses.
Right.
Dependent on the choice of the spouse that they have, you could lose everything.
Wow. Wow.
Everything. And let me tell you the power of a spouse over an old parent. The spouse mostly wins. Notice I said mostly wins?
Yeah. That's true. That is
so
true.
who are you supposed to be investing in?
Your spouse, yeah.
Now, for those who have non-Christian spouses, you're not going to throw that in, who don't have the same values as you do, whether man or woman, or whether husband or wife, your job is to stay the course. Meaning, you have the conversation with your spouse, right?
Yeah.
They may not follow it, but you have to be the disciplined parent without overworking yourself. So, the 4 things. We want to get the children sleep trained. Please, people, sleep train your children and everything else will fall in place. Boundaries. You need to be consistent with those boundaries. You cannot falter. The only time things change is in sickness and death.
Right.
Stop. When you tell your child, stop, is not stop with 2 footsteps forward or stop with a jump. It's stop with immediate effect. And your most powerful word in the world, for whether you're dealing with your spouse, whether you're dealing with your children, or with the public, is the word no. No, I can't go to every single service that the church is having because I'm sleep training my children, because your home is important. So for those of us who think being good Christian parents is having the poor children in every single activity of the church,
Right.
that is not feasible. Right? Okay, good. For those who think that is important for the children to spend time up at night, no, you cannot stay up. No, I don't care if it's Saturday. We have church on Sunday morning. No, just because it's the weekend, it stays the same. The sleep time in the week for school and the sleep time in the weekend is the same. 8 p.m., end of text. Not 8:15 because it's Saturday, not 8:30 because it's Sunday. It is 8 o'clock. I'm using a time like 8 because that's normal. Right? And more importantly, spend every week, make time for your spouse.
I must say I did try that once. Well, a few times, in between, putting the children to sleep, and at least watching a movie with my wife and so on, and it felt good. I mean, even if it was like.
Why did you stop?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Let me tell you why you stopped. Life got in the way, and you allowed it to happen.
For real.
So even if she's not working, they need to be in bed. If she's working, they need to be in bed. That doesn't change. Think about the time you could have alone if she's at work.
Yeah.
How much work you can get done, how much studying you could get done.
I mean, sometimes, as you grow in age, you might fall asleep on a little movie every now and again, sometimes my wife always, she always tell me I can't stay up and watch a whole movie with her, but at least, you get to enjoy that time together. And that's beautiful. And what you're saying is really good stuff. And that 7-day trial, that 7-day challenge.
Not trial.
Challenge.
Not trial.
Yeah.
It's training. And
7-day
listen, guys.
Training. 7-day
if
training.
you know how your house is right now, so right this second, I have a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old. And because of routine, they still get up early in the morning. They have excellent work ethic, extremely smart. Are they perfect? 95% of the time. And every now and then, they lose their brain. So we're not striking for, because kids will try.
Yeah.
No matter how old they are. Listen, I still try with my mother, and Nola. So I'm just saying to you, you know what your house looks like today. You'll be surprised what a different 7 days is going to make consistently for the rest of your life.
Right.
And for those who can't afford it, you don't need to be, you could hire someone to clean your house and do your laundry. For those who can't afford it, between you and your husband, do everything between Monday to Friday night. So you have your husband and your family and your wife for the whole weekend.
Wow.
And I'm talking about if you're cooking Sunday lunch this Sunday, make sure you're cooking up for next Sunday. The freezer will be fine. The kids don't care where the food comes from. So, we put things on ourselves that is not necessary.
I love it.
Right? We need to take those things out that are not necessary. Kids will eat corned beef and rice on a Sunday. They don't care once they eat. I know a lot of people are like, corned beef and rice? You really live in America long. But hey, it's food.
No, I mean, it's food, especially for when you're busy.
Yeah. And when you're so the idea about is to check your day, check your routine, write everything down of what you have to get done for the week. And between Leon and I, you could get things done.
Right.
Get it done Monday to Friday.
Right. Right.
That washing machine, listen, once you have fabric softener and using Tide, good soap and stuff, put on the washing machine as you go to sleep, and early in the morning when you wake up, put on the dryer. And let the kids help with their laundry.
Yeah.
Let the kids help clean. Let the kids help Windex down stuff. Vinegar and water. It don't even have to be a chemical. See if everybody participated means that we could go to the beach on Sunday.
Right.
Or by the river. Or in the front yard and camp. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're really doing things where you could spend time with your kids and then you could spend time with your spouse. All right, guys.
That is great information. Great information, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that this was really something you were looking for all along, as a something to resolve this issue you have been dealing with, not having to spend enough time with your husband, with your wives, because the children, as Marsha said, life usually gets in the way, and but there's a way to do things, and if we create that routine, as Marsha has been advocating for, creating that routine so that you can have time, you can balance being a parent and being a spouse. When you balance that, you would find that your life would be much better. I am going to try that. Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to possess my possession, ladies and gentlemen. She's mine, and I'm going to take what is mine, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, it's time to get to work and put those kids to sleep. So I'll try to I think I'm gonna start putting them kids to sleep about 3 in the evening, and don't wake up until 3 the next morning. So that's really good stuff, and I love what you're saying, Marsha. Makes sense, and it's stuff to be implemented if you want to have a balanced and better home in general. So
guys, listen, it's going to be difficult for the first 7 days.
Yeah.
But you have to remember this. The outcome in the end is going to be best for everybody. I mean, think about it. Right now, you guys are fighting over disciplining of the children, right? Everybody have a way. Oh, the mom is saying, beat them. And the dad is saying, well, I used to get a whole lot of licks and nothing wrong with me. Yes, there's something wrong because obviously your house is in chaos.
Right.
So it's not a balance. Right? But what is important is that you both want the same things and understand. So here's the other thing. If you guys need more information on this, or want to ask a question, feel free to shoot me an email, marshaclement@gmail.com, if you like, or send it to Authentic Marriages, because what we do is everybody's situation is different. And I'm on WhatsApp.
Right.
Everybody's situation is different. But what you don't start making excuses and saying, oh, my kids are so difficult. No, they're not. They're your kids. They're your kids. And if you created a bad habit, you can very much easily, with difficulty at times, create good ones.
Wow. Marsha, this was truly a great session, great information. And we know that, I know that you might be a bit tired, with jet lagged and all that kind of stuff. But I just want to thank you so much for taking a portion of your time, of your day when you could have been sleeping, and coming on Label, sharing this great information to help build and construct and improve homes. And that is what we're looking for, to help people live better lives. Marsha, thank you so much. May God continue to bless you and your family, and we pray that you have a safe, a wonderful trip, a wonderful time in Jamaica, and safe trip back home. Mash, any last words?
Life is very short. Literally, we no longer have the luxury of looking forward to turning 80 and turning 75. The way things are going now, we need to understand that we need to prepare our children in case for things like one of us dying.
Right.
So one of the good things I remember with my children, I wanted to make sure that they were able to, should I die, they can go to Kara's house, or they could go to Leon's house, and they would be independent. They would know how to make their bed. They would know manners. They would know please and thank you. They'll be able to follow instructions. You want to make sure you prepare your children for the inevitable happening. So that means you have to live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
right? But you also have to prepare them to be a world citizen. I keep saying that all the time because when you think about it, you want to be able to make sure that your legacy is not property.
Right.
Your legacy are good kids, good Christian kids. Think about how much more impactful on the world that would be versus leaving them property.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Have a great day, guys.
All right. Look, Michael Brown say he need to meet you in Jamaica. Well, Mike.
I'm at Rue, so
Mike,
come on over to Rios.
all right, Mike. Well, you heard that. So make a little trip, Mike, and you can check Marsha a little bit, big up a little bit. So, guys, this is Marsha Fleming. If you enjoyed this, put some hearts in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Get the hearts going in the chat. Marsha Fleming for you, dealing with good parents, bad spouses. We need to create that balance, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the hearts pumping, ladies and gentlemen. That is Marsha Fleming for you, Marsh. We're going to be seeing you next time. In the future, we're going to be bringing you back to talk a little bit more about some of those things. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. One love, my sister.
Always, brother.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's what we're talking about. Great information up in this place. Boy, that's what we're saying. Sometimes that is so true. That is so true. Sometimes, we just get so caught up in life and, things just take off on its own and we lose control. But it's time to regain control, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get your husband back. It's time to get your wives back and keep your children, ladies and gentlemen, so that the family can remain intact. Give your children the attention they need, but also give your spouses the attention they need, because they are a crucial, not just a part, but a crucial part of the family. Your husband is a crucial part of the family. And if he's not supported and taken care of as he's supposed to, what do you think is going to happen? A bit of a disruption. If the wife also is not taken care of and supported as she ought to, what do you think is going to happen? A bit of disruption. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give time and attention to everyone in the family. And guys, let's create a happy home. And with Leon in the family, happy, happy home. Happy, happy home. Ladies and gentlemen, we're creating better homes. We're creating better lives. This is what we're about on Label. All right, building better lives, ladies and gentlemen. And we just want to say thank God for blessing us with someone like Marsha to be able to talk, with realness about a topic like this. So guys, big up to every single one of you for joining us, and we pray that the information would go a long way, not just to you, but you will be able to help someone as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to remind you, all right, you can visit M&A Home Store. Don't forget to visit M&A Home Store. You can check them out on Instagram, M&A Home Store. You can check them out on Instagram. Also, you can check them out on Facebook. They are your one-stop shop, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, you get everything in one place. You get appliances, you get bathroom stuff, you get toys, you get stuff for your bedroom, you get baskets. Ladies and gentlemen, you get everything, literally everything. Be sure to check out M&A Home Store on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you have your vehicles and you want to take a drive to get something important, they are open. They are considered an essential place, so they are open. You can check them out at any time, but remember to be safe, sanitize, wear your mask, wear your shields if you have to, and be safe out there, ladies and gentlemen, because we are out here to protect and to encourage people to do the right things. All right, so check out M&A Home Store to get your appliances, your toys, to get your equipments, anything you need. Check them out and you may find it right there in one place, all in one place, ladies and gentlemen. So we're moving on. We want to thank you for joining us once again, and may God continue to bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case there are any birthdays out there, we want to say happy birthday to all those celebrating birthdays. May God continue to bless you with long life, good health, good strength, and may God continue to bless you and your family as well. Guys, things are escalating and it's going a little bit crazy in Trinidad and Tobago, all over the world as a matter of fact. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we want to encourage you guys Please stay home and protect yourself and your family. Wear your mask, wear your shields if you have to go out there to get important stuff. If you don't have to go out there, please, guys, stay home. No, I'm telling you, stay home. You will save your life and your families. Ladies and gentlemen, people are dying. Yesterday we got word that 11 deaths. 11 deaths. Over 600 new cases. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to be careful. Over 600 new cases in Trinidad and Tobago, although it is over probably a 3 or so day period. Over 600 new cases, 11 deaths. Man, this thing is getting crazy, and we need to be careful. All right, and for those of you in other countries, if things are good, still be careful and take precaution. And for those of you who are in other countries that have escalating cases as well, be safe out there and stay home. Ladies and gentlemen, stay home. May God continue to bless every single one of you. This is what we bring to you: motivation, inspiration. We are out here to drench the world in positivity and to help people live a better life. That's what we're talking about. All right, guys. So blessings to every single one of you, ladies and gentlemen, and we pray that God will take you to places. All right. So let me see if I got anything here. All right, good. So great session once again, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be seeing you next time. Remember, you can check out, we got some stuff prepared for you, and remember, we've been encouraging you to check out our Patreon. All right, you can go on there and choose a tire of your choice. As you can see, we have a tire. The first tire is only $8 per month. All these things are in US dollars because it's a US platform. All right, and these are things that we would have created to help bring support for label and for the things that we're trying to accomplish. So you can choose, we know how things are going at this point in time in the country. You can choose whatever tire you like, even if it's the very basic one, as a general support, and let that be given to label every month just as a general support. And if you want to do more, you can go on to choosing the bigger tires, where you will be able to get more perks in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so just keep that in mind a little bit. And these are just things that we have created so that you can be able to support label. All right, so these are 8. You have a tire for $8, $15, for $20, and also we got the VIP tire right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support big time, this is the VIP tire right here. In this one, you can get a lot more. You can get your name in the credits. You can get to advertise anything you have on label for free, ladies and gentlemen. And look right there, you can get a hoodie. All right, but this hoodie is not created by Teespring, but this one is created by Patreon itself. All right, so you can get a hoodie in this one, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so keep that in mind, and we're going to be moving on, ladies and gentlemen, and may God continue to bless you and take you to places. All right, and we want to keep in mind India and some of the countries that are struggling, and Trinidad and Tobago as well. Keep them in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to pray for them. May God continue to have mercy upon this world. Blessings to you. I'm your man, Leon Lewis, and we're going to be catching you tomorrow, Lord willing, for the Fresh Fun Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So take care of yourself. We're going to be singing a final song, and may God bless you. Keep a smile on your face and keep working hard and overcoming those challenges. All right, let's get this thing pumping. I really love the Lord. Oh, I really love the Lord. Come on. Oh, 'cause you don't know what He's done for me. I'm so glad He gave me the victory, and that's why I love. Come on, Him I love. Keep the hearts pumping. I really love the Lord. Come on, guys. Oh, I really love the Lord. Come on. Well, I really love the Lord. Come on. Oh, 'cause you don't know what He's done for me. I'm so glad He gave me the victory. That's why I love Him. I love Him. I really love the Lord. Singing now, I really love the Lord. Oh, I really love the Lord. Come on. 'Cause you don't know what He's done for me. So glad He gave me the victory. That's why I love Him. I love Him. I really love the